Hello, everybody. I'm doing a little special live right now with two dear friends, mother and daughter, Christine and June. Mother June, daughter Christine. I got that backwards, but that's okay. And they have kindly said that they're going to say talk a little bit about their experience with ART. So I'm mostly going to turn it over to you guys. I would love to hear um, what your thoughts are on this modality and how it has helped you or affected you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I wanted to come live and just share a little bit more about your modality because I've been studying energy healing about the last year and a half. And your healing modality is pretty incredible. I haven't seen anything else like it on how deeply you can go into the subconscious and pull something or an event or an emotion that we aren't even thinking of, but it gets right into the root. And this is the deepest work I've seen, where you don't have to actually go back and relive the situation or the event. You're just working with the emotions and clearing it, and just the questions that you're asking. What really impacted me first was we met through a referral. I got someone connected us, and then I said, great, like I wanted a session too to see, because I knew that I had some stuff in my subconscious. And at the time, you said, okay, we're gonna look for a life event, and immediately I was like, oh, I know what it's gonna be, and I had one. You're like, no, we're gonna ask your subconscious, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was a totally different thing that I had even thought of. So the event that I was thinking was in my 20s, and it wasn't that. It was something even actually past life for me in that instance. And I was like, wow, so neat that something for me that has been so deeply rooted in fear of abandonment and rejection was even before I was born. And so that just, I was blown away, first of all, and you helped connect me to my dad that I never knew. And I'd, like I said, lived with this abandonment and rejection, and it wasn't even from him or like that part. You connected us, he came in, and I was like, wow, this is really neat. But what I remember, and we always remember how we feel, is that after the session, I had never felt a connection. I had always, kind of felt lost on the dad side, and you helped to reconnect me. And I remember after our session, I went and had a nap, because they usually, when we move a lot of energy, we need to rest.
Yeah.
And I remember this wave of love, unconditional love, just coming and going over my whole body. And it was really incredible. And I'd only felt that one other time, and it was kind of tied to that event as well, because it was went for my divorce. And that's where I thought we were going to go when we were doing the first session. And once I had healed my divorce and forgiven him and myself, and I'd done all the work for many years, like over 20 years of doing that work. But it wasn't until like I surrendered and into further of that, the emotions of that event, that I also felt that same wave. It's like a water feeling of love washing all over me. And I was like, okay, like it's done. I felt in my soul and in my spirit, like I'm good. I have healed myself of that. And it was so powerful. And so I was like, Mom, you got to have a session with Renew. And then I told friends. And now even, when I'm working with someone and there's something that's extra heavy, or I know it's not based on what they're dealing with now, it's something even deeper, I'm like, hey, you got to talk to Renew, because, I just know and I believe so much in your power and what you can do for people and how you can help them transform. Another thing that's really powerful for me is when you write your emails and you talked about, milk sensitivities or milk allergies really connected to either a mother or a mother-in-law, something around that. And I was like, wow, even food allergies. And people, we just did a session this week, and someone had an allergy with raspberries, and it had to do with a fever and, an event around that. And so the girl now is either allergic to raspberries or can't have raspberries, whatever it is. And you're like, no, go back to the event of where that happened. And just super powerful, that things like that we don't even think of. Like if I had a milk allergy, I would not think that I needed to come for an energy healing session. I would just think that I would need to stay away from milk, or, whatever whatever that was. And so just how deeply everything is connected on an emotional level, you are able to get in and actually heal and clear that event for people. And it's so moving. When I talk to someone who's had a session with you, I feel wowed every time. And even, hearing you speak this week in the sessions that we were doing, I always walk away like, wow, I didn't know that. Or like, wow, that is so cool. And so, I just wanted to come on and just share, my experience in working with you and how incredible ART is. And, you and I have been working together. I've been helping a little on the business side, and just seeing on the inside of your program and the modules. I'm a teacher. That's something that's deep within me. And the way that you have everything set up of like small little videos and sessions and flow charts and, the visual stuff as well. It's really a beautiful healing modality and program that you've put together for people to not only learn how to heal themselves, to heal their family members if something's coming up, but also to be able to then take that modality or that gift and create a business. And a lot of people have taken healing modalities, and that's all great, and it's learning energy and that piece of it. But I think the part that you bring to the table, that from everything I've seen out there, and I've interviewed hundreds of healers and entrepreneurs and stuff, is that you've been doing it for 12 years. You are successful in it. People are referring all the time other people to you, and I think that is just really great, because when we have something or we do something or something really helps us, we will go and tell someone else about it. And that's something that happens for you, is I know you get a lot of referrals because of the impact that you're able to help people with. It's almost like when science or traditional medicine doesn't work, then they need to book a session with Renew or someone who's done the ART certification, because I know that it's going to be moved, which is really phenomenal. I'm here today with my mom, June, and I said to her, Mom, you got to book a session. Really incredible. And I'm going to let Mom share her experience. But what's really neat for us, and being, working together with Renew on a couple of sessions, is that you've not only helped heal me, but you've helped heal some generational stuff in my family, which is really powerful, including like scarcity mindset, poverty, those kinds of things. Generationally, that's what it's, has come down in our heritage. And so even just that alone, it's not even just for me. I know that even the work you've done has helped our whole family, and they're not even here, and they don't even know, that we're even doing this stuff. So super, super impactful. And I'll give the floor to Mom, but I just want to say thank you, because I love your magic. I love what you do. I love your passion. And you have this way of speaking, when to like be forward or like excited, and you're, when to be, but you also know when the listener needs some space. And then you bring it down to that quiet tone of like, okay, this is how it works. We're spirits in a human body having this experience. And I really love the way that you're able to explain it as well, because I feel like it's just simple and people like just get it. And we witnessed that this week when we were working together. So it's really awesome. So yeah, I'll give the floor over to my mom, June.
Thank you so much for all those kind words, though. Like, that's awesome. It has been so lovely working with you. And I really, if I weren't brown, you'd see me blushing.
Awesome. I know we're connected from a past life. Like we were sisters or like something, where we're like, hey, we're going to go into Canada in in this round. And here we are. Yeah. Amazing. All right. And what's your experience been with Renew? What stood out?
Well,
we did some fun stuff.
Pardon?
We did some fun stuff.
Renew let me know that she would be working with my subconscious. And I said, okay, not really understanding what she was talking about. But she mentioned something, and it took me to a dream that I had about 5 years previous, that I just didn't really understand in the moment, but I thought it was very nice, because I'm an eagle flying through above a valley between two mountains. And it's got a beautiful meandering stream that I could see go right to the horizon. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like, wow. And as I come down closer and closer to the ground, I realize this is not water. This is a lineage of women that are from below me right to the horizon. I'm going to cry, I think. And I could see them, and they're all dressed in black. And so as Renew is taking me through this, I'm getting scared. I'm getting uncomfortable. I like, what is going on? And Renew kept asking me, where was I feeling it in my body? What was I feeling? And so I would tell her, and she would ask me another question. And I realized that these were women that were fearful, that were misunderstood, they were scared. I mean, you could take all of these emotions and this lineage of women that stretched to the horizon were all in one agreement with all of these negative emotions. And they wanted to know why they should trust me. And I would tell them, I love you. And I would say that a few times, and that I was trustworthy, and that they were okay. And finally, after a while, and more questions, more answers, all of a sudden, I saw all these women start to rise, dressed in white.
Mm-hmm.
They had dropped the black robes. It was the most incredible experience to have moved that many women. I'm going to tell you, it has scared me ever since.
Oh, we need to work on that.
And being with Renew this week has been absolutely amazing. I ever since Monday when you started, my whole solar plexus area, my whole belly has been feeling like I got kicked. It's been, it's not been, pulsing. It's just been one huge ball of pain.
Oh.
And I understand enough about natural health that to just allow it to happen, because there's a reason why it's that intense. And I've had troubles doing my clues. I finally got three, that I need. I have three clues. And so a big part of my going forward now, because I had 11 clues and I had all these things that weren't really making sense, even to try to put together. So what happened was I did the three clues, but then I got stuck. I got stuck into trying to figure out what three were. I got two, but the third wasn't coming in very at all, really. And so I told you I was having this issue, and you checked and you said, "Oh my, you have two inner children." When you said that, when you validated that that's what they were, that whole stomach agitation, that whole area calmed down. It disappeared because I didn't realize. I mean, none of us do. But as soon as they were validated.
Yeah.
When they were validated, poof, it just disappeared.
Oh, awesome.
I am absolutely amazed and stunned. I'm gonna cry. What was your feeling, Renew, when you saw, like, when you were talking of all those women That was
That
how was
was
it for you?
that was wild. I think that's only the second time I've had the opportunity to do generational healing. So the first time, like, so I'd done it one time before, but as soon as she started telling me about the dream and about seeing all like that lineage of women, it's like, okay, I've done this. how are we how are we going to shift this? What do they need so they can let this go? And so all of those questions were, okay, what do they need now? What has to happen? What do they have to shift? What do they have to let go of? And and then as everybody who's this far in the modality knows, once you find it, shifting things actually doesn't take very long. It's all about knowing what questions to ask um, and following the process. So each thing you find, like generational healing, is not an everyday occurrence, but there is a process for it, and
Right.
so it's knowing what you like, just what to do in any given circumstance. Like I've said this a bunch of times. ART is it's like science. It's flow charts. It is like trial and error, logical. Everything you find has a technique to release it or shift it. So
Right.
I'm using the same tools over and over and over again. So it's never stops being cool though. Never stops amazing me. But yeah, it is really the same techniques, different experience. So it was fun. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that with you and for you. Um, yeah, I think that might have made my month. That was so cool.
That was amazing. We're not talking a few hundred or a few thousands.
No,
Like these were like millions of women to be standing one behind the other all the way to the horizon.
yeah,
It was mind blowing. I mean, just to remember that image in my own mind
hmm
of how long that is.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you both so much for sharing your stories with everybody. I
I
really,
also want to thank you so much for this week.
aw,
It has been
Workshop.
an absolute amazing workshop.
thank you.
Taking that deep dive into your subconscious, um, like we're I've never been told that. I've never been able to understand what is this subconscious thing. Let alone trying to get into it and remove emotions. It's like what? It's like, so I want to say thank you. Thank you for opening up my heart and my mind more so.
Absolutely my pleasure. Okay, ladies. With that, I'm going to thank you again for coming here and doing this for me, and maybe you've inspired some other energy healer, any other soul who's joined us to give it a try.
Mhm.
Thank you.
How can they reach you if they're watching? How
If
can they?
they're watching,
Yeah.
they can reach me through the Heal from Your Past. They can just message me straight up. Renu Aurora. Find me on Facebook because here's where I am. Leave me a message wherever you're seeing this stream. Just put a comment in. I'll see it, and connect with me and we'll chat.
And acceleratedreleasetechnique.org.
Yeah, acceleratedreleasetechnique.org. That's where you can find out more about the modality itself.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
She's a better marketer than I am. That's why we work so well together. All right. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.